Hi everyone, welcome. This is Bibi Lorenzetti, and I'm a yoga teacher, a birth doula, postpartum doula, and a nutritionist. And today I'm here with a short video on positions for you to use during early labor and active labor. They're wonderful positions to use, especially if you are trying to turn an occipital facing baby, posterior facing baby, or if you're struggling with backache during your labor. These are three, actually, I'm going to cover four positions that are wonderful to get familiar with so you can practice them before your big date. As always, please feel free to leave comments below so that I can continue to support you best I can. Questions, concerns, anything works. All right, so the first one we're going to cover is a side laying position, which is great to help you lower blood pressure if if that has been an issue for you through pregnancy or during the early phase of labor. It's great to take a break and to rest. It's great if you are having a rapid labor. And it's also honestly just a really nice way to deal with an epidural or to get some sort of back massage, foot massage. It's very restful for the mom. So what you're going to do is you are going to lay on your back, and you want to be laying kind of if you were going to lay on your belly, and you might need more than one pillow. I'm just using one right now because that's all I have. But you're kind of like side lying, but uh, facing a little bit down so that the baby can rotate. So we're trying to get that baby out of the pelvis and rotating in the direction that we want it to rotate. And then your arms will be extended forward and the head down in this position. You can also have another pillow here. Sometimes if you have enough pillows, you're up here, you can also extend the arms underneath the pillow, right? So that you're more in this kind of half chest laying position, right? So you'd be like this. And this is, again, great for resting, to lower your blood pressure. Let me go here, whatever works. Get the baby to rotate and to ease back pain, right? So that's one. Let me just give you one more visual. If you're copying me, you can do this again. This bottom arm can be extended to the side, or it can be underneath the pillow like this, right? And again, obviously I don't have a belly right now, but you would want it to be a little higher up so that there is space for your baby, right? Okay, so this is the first one. The next one we are going to look at is a uh, knee chest position, which is a really great position to get your baby to turn. So if your baby is breech, or if he is occiput posterior facing OP, this is a great position to get the baby to descend from your pelvis, get the head out of the pelvic bowl, and rotate. It's also great during pregnancy if you're getting the pelvic pain. Some women experience pelvic pain or tightening. This is great to release that pain. And it's also for the ligaments of the pelvis. And it's also a great position in case your cervix is swelling because of the pressure of the baby on it, and that would prevent it from dilating. So this is a great position to take the pressure off and allow for the body to relax, and for the cervix to kind of have the space to do its thing. Okay, so what you want to be doing is you want to come onto your knees, hip width distance apart, and have your knees a little wider than your feet, right? And then you can take your hands starting in all fours, and you might need a little help. You go down to your forearms, and then this is where you can kind of decide what you want to do. If you're kind of flexible, you can make a pillow with your forearms and be here. If this is too much for your neck, you can turn the head to one side. You can prop yourself up on a pillow as well down here, right? So as you can see, the buttocks is really up high and the chest is down. So this allows, again, for the baby to descend and rotate as needed, right? Another version is you can come down to your chin if you're very flexible, or have one forearm in, one arm extended, putting the head on that one forearm, and then you'd want to change at some point. to release. Now, this is not going to work during active labor so much. This is more of a pre-labor, early labor situation, right? But it's great. You'll really feel that release of tension. Okay, another variation of that, in case you can't take that position for whatever reason, you can still get the benefits, not as much because you're not getting that downwards extension, but you can still get a little bit of release in your lower back if you have a ball and you're kind of leaning forward into it. So you're still with your hips over your knees, right? Because obviously you could also be here, but this you still have all of the full weight on your in your pelvis, right, on your cervix. So by rolling forward, you can lean your head. Oops, my headset. You can lean the weight forward, and then the belly is just hanging, and the baby is slightly moving forward a little bit, right? It's not all the way in. It's still able to kind of rotate a little bit. And if you had a smaller ball, this is a big one. You might be even more than this, right? So this is an option as well. Okay. Same benefits. This one is great for your lower back, just more accessible, a great resting place. Oh, and just a nice thing about having the ball is that you can sway your chest during contraction, or if you have your knees a little closer, you can sway your hips and you can get, your partner to do something on your back. But this is a great way to also do during active labor, right? Which during the chest hip position, you don't want to be in active labor. So this is a great place to kind of chill and take time during active labor. Okay, I'm going to remove my ball for our last position and take my chair. Now for this one, let me show actually the first one. You want to make sure that someone is holding you. It's we're going to be doing a standing lunge or a half standing lunge, right? And this is great to get the baby to rotate. The baby's going to rotate towards the side that you are open on, right? So towards the right, if I'm opening to the right, left leg, if the left leg is forward, it's going to rotate to the left. So depending on where your baby is, if you're trying to rotate it to a specific place, then you can choose which leg you have forward. And it also just helps to widen the pelvis on the side, obviously, that you're on. So it gives a break to your back as well and to your ligaments. And you would just want to be going forward and back, right? And it's nice if you have a partner to hold on to, because obviously if you're in labor, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. And this is great for backache. So not only creating space on one side of the pelvis, but also great to create space in the back. So good for back labor. And then you would only do one side, or if you needed to create space on both sides because you felt a little restriction, you could do it on the other side as well. And then if you were to do it standing, you would just use a chair or, the hospital bed, wherever you are at home in your bed, whatever you have. And again, you can have a partner support you behind you so that you make sure that you don't fall. Very important tip. And you can lean into the side of your, into your thigh with your forearm, and just you would be rocking back and forth. This is also a nice way to both this and the ball to keep the rhythm, right? The 3 R's, which I have a video on, which you can check out. You can kind of keep a rhythm by rocking back and forth, which is nice, right? And then you would just switch sides if you needed to create space on the left side of your pelvis. And again, you would just lean, right? And if you don't have to move, you can just stand. But usually when you're in labor, you want to keep some sort of movement going so that you can move the pain of the surge down and out, right? You always want to think about the earth collecting your pain, collecting the surge, right? To support you. And I say pain because we got to face it. Labor is pain, but it's a natural pain. So it doesn't have a negative connotation to it. It's just the quality is pain. And so if we go in acknowledging that there is going to be pain, then we're less likely to struggle because we're emotionally, spiritually, physically prepared for that. But we know that it's a natural pain, and it's a pain that we are built to be able to sustain. And and then the pain can turn into suffering, and there's a big difference between suffering and pain. When you're in pain, you're still in control, you're still mentally clear. You know, you're aware of your situation, you're consciously present. When you move into suffering, you're no longer in control, right? You're in a space where it's no longer safe for you to feel the way that you're feeling, and generally there's a checking out, right? And so that's dangerous. So it's very different. Suffering is very different from being in natural pain. So that's a whole other topic. So I'm not going to get into that. So here are those are just four very simple things that you can do to help yourself during early labor and active labor for some of those. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I would love to hear from you. I invite you to continue to browse through all the other material that I have on here, and feel free to reach out. The way that I continue to be able to support you through this free medium is by having you subscribe and having you share these videos that you find helpful with other people. That really helps me. So feel free to share and give me a subscription click. I hope to see you soon.